Good day to everybody out there. This is See Thy Wealth, Water Your Health, Drink a Glass of Water. And the question I have for us African Americans, quote unquote, melanated people, quote unquote, carbon-based people or whatever how long do we get to use slavery as an excuse or as a crutch? Ask that again. How long does black people get to use slavery as a crutch or as an excuse for why we are in the positions that we're in today? I love my people. I love my skin. I love everything about us for the most part, considering the circumstances that we come from. Centuries of abuse and slavery and tragedy. In 2025, with all of this information out there, and I can't forget that with a lot of the trauma that I have to go back, with all of the trauma that our ancestors went through, a lot of that trauma is passed down to us, the next generation. We really aren't that far removed from segregation. And before that, our people was going through a whole bunch of craziness. I understand that. Truly, I do. But how long do we get to use what happened previously? How long do we get to use that before, all right, we got to cut the cord here? It's every information out here, any type of information out here that we need to get ahead or to make some money or to take care of our family for freedom. How long do we get to use that as a crutch? Because what I'm seeing out here is a lot of us are getting ahead. A lot of us are really getting ahead. We are taking life by the horns and, going to college, which I don't see as the greatest thing. Learning some trade skills. It's a select few of us that's out here really trying to make a way. And because we have a lot of trauma that we haven't dealt with, a lot of us get the money and we crash out and burn. Or we end up like Ray Rice whipping our woman's ass in a elevator. Or we end up like O.J. Simpson, and even though he was found not guilty, he was still put in a situation. And other individuals, countless individuals that get money and crash out and burn. Look at what's going on with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I'm going to say this is a result of what we went through as a people. Look at what's going on with this rapper, Young Thug and Gunna. This is a result of slavery. To me, if I had to answer that question that I'm asking you guys, I'm going to say I don't think we get to use it as a crutch, but we will always be affected by that until we figure out mentally we're going to always be affected by slavery until we figure out our mental and our minds, because that's where we're crashing out and burning. We're crashing out and burning because we don't know how truly and powerful our minds are. For us to be set back years and years and years and decades and decades and seasons and centuries, and we still able to be in the position that we're in today, not learning how to read, being stripped of being able to read, all types of for us to be in a situation that we're in today, where we're able to thrive in society. Well, a lot of us are still claiming gangs and, drug dealing and pimping and prostitution. A lot of us are still catching on and able to make our way. So I'm going to say, I don't think we get to use it as a crutch anymore. Them days is over. But we're always going to be affected by slavery and how our ancestors were set back. We're always going to be affected by that. At least until we conquer the mind, the mental, and understand truly how powerful we are as a people. Everybody's not going to get along. I'm not even coming here for that unity shit. I'm just not. If we have to break up in groups and do what we do and however we move, the thing is, I always want to see us doing good. I want to see everybody doing good, but to just look at our neighborhoods, driving through Los Angeles, south side of Los Angeles, and looking at them neighborhoods and how we live. Listen, we know that white people have a lot of them are on welfare too. But it's very rare that I've going through a white neighborhood and look and see how they live, how I've never seen a neighborhood like some of them neighborhoods I see in South Central LA. Man, and even Philadelphia, Chicago, Miami. It's very rare. And I don't know what it is about us where we have to be gentrified in order for our neighborhoods to be cleaned up. But there's no way it should take for another race to come in and clean up our neighborhoods, even if we don't own those buildings. We shouldn't have, man, and it's not the bashes, but we shouldn't have to, there's no way we should be living like that. It's crazy. And with all this information out here in 2025, that's just showing you how our priorities are screwed up. We don't choose to go and look for this knowledge to get us out of the position that we are in. We choose to go and look for the gossip. We choose to go look for the in the hood fighting, the love and hip hop, the entertainment, the football. We tend to go look for those things. None of us don't want to get up out of the situations that we're in. And I say we don't want to do that because we have the capabilities to do it. But we choose to look at the toxicity. We choose to look at the other people backbiting and tearing each other down. Well, every other race does it, so what? We're going to do it too. But at the end of the day, we can't keep blaming it on the system and saying that every other race do it, because not every other race set the standard. You set the standard. You set the standard. You set the bar. It's a new day out here. And with the way things are going, if you're not taking control of your life, you will be under the control of someone else. This ain't about no race war, no race baiting, none of that. This is about highlighting you and our flaws. It was an article I just put out about we not even learning how to read. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes reading some of this information I be coming into with law and other information, it be putting me to sleep because of how we was raised. Like when we start looking at new things like that, it's a no. I don't even really want to read it because why? It's a headache. I'm falling asleep. But that's where you have to stay disciplined and focused. It gets easier. It's just like going to work out. When we go to work out for the first time, the next day we wake up, we so sore. 2 days later, we super sore. 3 days later, we still in that super sore. And it's only until we continue to keep going to the gym where things get easier. Stamina, endurance, repetition. So we have to slowly take ourselves off of this toxic hamster wheel and tearing each other down and learning how to build each other up somehow. Like I'm off grid. I'm out here by myself. Ain't nobody out here with me right now. Ain't nobody here with me. I'm here dolo. I would love to be here with someone else. A couple people, several people. You know what I mean? Like sharing experiences, building, vibing, like growing a farm, a community. But I'm willing to sit here by myself than to be surrounded by bad energy and toxic people. I really am. And that's real, you know. But at the end of the day, I understand that I'm just one person. But I have the ability to talk to you from Central America all the way over in China. I have the ability to talk to you from Central America all the way there in North America. Yes. So if my message can touch and tap somebody, that's what I would love, for you to be inspired by someone who really was at the bottom of the bottom, locked down, 23-1, no seeing the sun. Yeah, it's really real. If I was able to make it out of those situations, I'm not saying anybody can do it, but if you have a goal, your focus, action plan, resilience, when you get knocked down, then I'd have no doubt that you can make it. Anybody with that type of, they will make it. But anyway, listen, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Also, if y'all could like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. This is See Thy Wealth, water your health. Drink a glass of water.